Hello everyone. We all know that the 10th and the 12th board results are out and there's a lot of noise. A lot of noise from the schools, from the parents of the toppers, from those who scored very well, those who scored above 90, above 95 and so forth, and we can see that there's a lot of joy. I congratulate all the students who have crossed the two very tough barriers that are given to us by the society. Actually, they are not so tough, but that is what it seems like because of the pressure these students undergo when they appear for their board exams. I feel we need to do away with this mindset because if we look at the multiple intelligence of a child, it is not only the academics, but there are other aspects that need to be taken into account. And an examination result is not the life-defining path for anyone. I would say that because this is true for many. We have seen many life examples where dropouts have done really well, where students who were very mediocre in their school days are excelling in their work today. So the mindset needs to be changed, and parents and the school need not put that much of pressure on every child. See, everybody is not academic oriented. We are just looking at them to know what they have learned all these years and cross that level and move on to the next. But this becomes a major competition ground, a ground for big competition. And it is like showcasing your result and trying to prove that this is success and this is the most life-defining success of a student's life. We have forgotten our 10th board marks. I have actually forgotten my 10th board marks. What I'm doing today is about the education I have received during my life as a student, and more so those learnings which were outside the classroom. So how does it matter if a child has not fared that well? Why does it make us feel a little below the others? Somebody who has performed well. This should not really affect us. I feel very happy that my son has done well. Everybody would feel that. But even if they did not fare that well, it did not mean that they are not going to be able to perform in the future. So parents and educators, I feel that we need to rejoice and celebrate success in academics, but we also need to understand that the strength and weaknesses of every child is different, and so we have to look from a broader perspective. Recently I've come across an incident which was really very shocking. A parent, a father of two young little children, I would say, of 5 and 6 years, who were just 5 and 6 years old, he murdered both his children because they were not able to bring good grades in their KG2 and class 1 level. He wrote in his suicide note, because after murdering them, he died by suicide, that he could sense that the future of his children are bleak. 2 little boys lost their life to such kind of craziness. I would call it craziness. And again, the pressure the school gives on the performance is something that makes parents feel that these 2 children need to do better. So I would always request the schools not to pressurize on the children's grade, and this starts from early on. It's not the 10th and 12th boards. These are only the culminating points. The pressure starts much before the children appear for board. So when a child gets promoted from 9th to 10th, I have heard so many mothers saying, I'll leave my job, I'll sit at home and I'll look after my son's studies or my daughter's studies, and I would completely concentrate on that for this 1 year or for this 2 years. And just imagine the pressure the child has because he has his mother near him looking at his studies, his performance, or his results that really matter to them. And by chance, if he is not able to succeed, the level of guilt or the level of shame that he would feel. So in the society, we need to break this mindset which is so result oriented and look at leadership skills. How the child is performing, even if it is, different areas, maybe in dance, drama, art, music, and then decide or let the child decide what they need to do or what they need to pursue. For any child to excel, they need to have very supportive parents, and that is important. And I have seen, because if a child feels that his or her parent is supporting him or her at every step, they would develop that confidence, the skills to actually face struggles and move forward. But if we cut their wings right there, telling them that they have not been successful, we actually stop them from doing something that they could have achieved in the future. So I would always tell the parents to stand by their child and always encourage them to do better. This is just the start, and they have a long, long way to go. So let us always encourage, and let us not make these results a life-defining episode for the child. This video is for every student who have passed the examination and who have been able to score whatever marks, but they are the real heroes because they have crossed that level and they are ready to move to the next. It is important for the school to flaunt the results, to show their toppers in order to get more admissions. It's important for the coaching classes to feature all the students who have topped, because they would get more revenue from new admissions. And for the parents, it's like their report card, how good a parent I am, that my child has done so well. But all of this are very futile in front of what lays ahead for the child. When we look at a seed, we do not know the potential of that seed. It might, grow into a huge banyan tree. We never know. So we cannot, or we should not, judge just by these two small milestones of a student's life. And we should allow them to bloom in their full capacity, in their optimal potential, in whatever way they can. And this is the duty I feel we have as a parent, as an educator, or as a society. The government of India has understood the need to look at or give students broader opportunities to perform, to showcase, and that is why the NEP 2020 is such a remarkable step towards empowerment of students. These are very important steps because this allows the children to work in areas where they are more interested, instead of compartmentalizing them into certain subjects. So all these steps are taken by our government, and we will see that there's a lot of change. There'll be more leadership in India. There'll be a lot of young minds who are more entrepreneurial, who think out of the box, who are not limited only to books, and also a change in parents' mindset eventually. But we need to start somewhere. And this is, I feel, a point we need to understand. We need to start today, right here, right now. Thank you so much for joining us today. Until next week, take care and stay blessed. Bye-bye.